Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a double award ceremony in the Dream Giveaway Garage for DreamGiveaway.com. We will be handing over the keys and the titles to these two amazing classic cars behind me here today. These are the grand prizes of the GTO Dream Giveaway brought to you by Ames Performance and the Mustang Dream Giveaway brought to you by CJ Pony Parts. I'd like to thank our great studio audience for being here with us today and everybody out there watching us live on Facebook and Instagram. So nice of you to be watching us. It's always a privilege here at Dream Giveaway and the Dream Giveaway Garage to start these award ceremonies with a salute to our military, active and retired, as well as our first responders. You guys are the real rock stars, and one of our winners today is an Army veteran, so we thank him for his service. We thank all of you for your service. Let's give our military a big round of applause, huh? Fantastic. I'd like to thank our partners who help us put these giveaways together, including Ames Performance, CJ Pony Parts, Rhino Classifieds, and Odyssey Batteries. You guys are fantastic. We appreciate your partnership over these many, many years here at Dream Giveaway. I'm so excited because today we have 3 charities with us of the 8 that your donations help out. Every time you make a donation to win fantastic grand prize cars like the Mustang behind me and the GTO behind me. Those charities include New Beginning Children's Homes, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, For Kids Honor Flight of West Central Florida, Smile Network International, Victory Junction, National Guard Educational Foundation, and Bright Pink. So I'm going to invite the 3 charities who are able to join us here today. They're going to tell you a little bit of how important your donation is and how it changes lives when you enter to win any of the great grand prizes at dreamgiveaway.com. So I'm going to start with Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Their local representative is here with us today. So Pam from our local MAD chapter, come on up. Let's give her a big round of applause. Can you do that?
No, not as good as you.
All right, Pam. I'm going to let you tell everybody a little bit about MAD, and then I'll come back up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank all the participants from the sweepstakes and thank Dream Car Giveaway for the opportunity to be here today. MAD saves over 400,000 lives every year, and we help reduce the amount of drunk driving deaths by 50%. MAD is a very well-kept secret here across the United States because a lot of people don't realize we are still here and working, and we spend a lot of time working with the victims and survivors of drunk and drug driving crashes. We also have programs that goes into the schools and talks to them about peer pressure with drinking and driving and texting and driving now. In November, President Biden signed into law that will require all vehicles to include impaired driving prevention technology. They are expecting this to save 9,400 lives a year. Unfortunately, in 2020, traffic fatalities statistics show drunk driving deaths increased by 14%. Keep this in mind as people were not traveling as much in 2020. 11,654 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes, the highest since 2008. Drunk driving is 100% avoidable. Make sure you make a plan before you go out on how you're going to get home. Have a safe driver, have a Uber or a Lyft, somebody that can take you home, and you don't have to worry about being behind the wheel of a car when you've been intoxicated. We also have a 24-hour helpline. So if a victim or survivor, if the crash happens in the middle of the night, there is an 800 number that you can call to get help and support at that very moment. Our support lines are open 24/7, and they will put you in touch with an advocate like myself whenever you are in need. You do not have to be in the actual crash to be a victim. You can have a friend, a loved one, a spouse, anybody that you know of that is hit, injured, or impaired by an impaired driver. You are a victim.
Stay on stage for me for a second. I've got a question for you. How do people find out this 800 number, this support line? Where do they go to online to find these support options for Matt?
It's our website is www.mad.org.
And all that information is on your website?
All of our information is on our website.
Great.
Even the local areas in your state is on there.
Great. Pam, thank you so much for being here. From MAD, let's give Pam from Others Against Drunk Driving a big round of applause. Great, great. We'll see you back up here in a little bit. All right. Our second charity is one of our newer charities, and they help children. I'm going to go ahead and let Kathy Davis from Victory Junction to tell you all about their great mission, as well as their very notable connection to NASCAR. You mind telling everybody about Victory Junction?
I don't mind at all.
All right. Is your mic on there for you?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you so much, Dream Giveaway, for supporting Victory Junction and the kids that we are blessed to serve in Ranneman, North Carolina. So just as Chris said, Victory Junction was founded in honor of a young man by the name of Adam Petty. So Adam's dad, Kyle Petty, race car driver, son of Richard Petty, started a charity ride. And he was riding motorcycles just with a group of friends. That motorcycle ride turned into they wanted to give back to their community. So they started going to the hospitals, visiting children and kids in the hospitals, and that grew from there. And Kyle Petty's son, Adam, was a part of visiting the kids in the hospital. So he got to volunteer at a camp that was started by Paul Newman, Hole in the Wall Gang, right here in Florida, that was called Boggy Creek. So he began volunteering at that camp and fell in love with it. Well, Adam took it further, and he was a fourth-generation race car driver. And during that time of race car driving, he decided after his volunteering at this camp that he wanted to build a camp like that in Ranneman, North Carolina. He had already started having some conversation with Richard Petty and his family and talking about building this camp. Well, he ended up having the crash in New Hampshire, and Adam's life was taken there at that track. So his family circled up after the services, and they came together and they said, you know, this was Adam's dream. We're going to build this camp. And so Richard and Linda Petty donated 84 acres of land. The NASCAR community, individuals, clubs, and organizations all came together, and they pitched in. And in 2004, we opened the doors to our first set of campers. Since then, in a couple years, we're going to be celebrating our 20-year anniversary. But since then, we've provided over 105,000 experiences thanks to people like Dream Giveaway that's helping support us. We're not governmentally supported, so everything that we get comes from donations from the community, the NASCAR clubs and organizations that come and make it possible. So fast forward, and we have served 105,000 experiences, and the type of experiences we serve is the children with serious medical conditions. So we've served from 50 states and 4 countries around the world, from kids that come to camp that has cancer, sickle cell, diabetes, cerebral palsy, you name it, all these different diagnoses. And for these kids, some of them couldn't go to another camp. What makes us special is we're a medical camp, and we've got a hospital, and we've got all the medical facilities to be able to serve these kids and provide these experiences. The experiences we provide are for kids ages 6 to 16, and we have 6 different divisions of what we provide. So we provide Family weekends, we're a year-long camp. We provide family weekends, and with the family weekends, that's an opportunity for the kids to come with their parents, not by themselves, and their parents can realize that we can take care of that child while they come by themselves. So family weekends, they come in on Friday, go home on Sunday, and they're there with their families and their siblings to be able to enjoy the weekend at camp. And everything's medically safe for them, from climbing towers to swimming pools to the barn with therapeutic horseback riding. We have a NASCAR opportunity for them for a NASCAR carnival. So during the spring and fall is our family weekends. We have some day camp programs that go on, and then we have our summer camp, which will start in June, and we have 8 weeks of summer camp where the kids come by themselves for a week of camp. Then we also do, during 2020 we had an opportunity to serve kids still by doing a VJ at home opportunity for them, and so we were able to still safely take care of the families and bring in a smaller number, and we're looking forward to this summer getting it opened back up and having kids just for the summer by themselves again, and serving more numbers each week of camp. Each week we can serve up to 90 to 128 campers a week coming into camp. So it's just an awesome opportunity for us to be able to serve and give back to these children. And these kids, what they experienced in 2020, what we experienced ourselves in 2020 with being social distance, these kids are used to that because they're used to being homebound. So it's phenomenal to look back and see what they got out of camp versus what we are doing today. So on behalf of all the children that we were able to serve at Victory Junction, thank you, Dream Giveaway, for what you do and for all of your support, and thank all of y'all for being a part of this.
Kathy, thank you so much. Let's give Victory Junction a big round of applause, everybody. I learned a lot there about Victory Junction, and it's so great, the whole tie-in to, such a legendary family in classic NASCAR as well as modern NASCAR. I'd now like to call up one of our regular charities. They're local. We're so honored to have them pretty much at every one of our award ceremonies. And their mission is so incredible, and it's so heart-touching. So from Honor Flight of West Central Florida, our good friend Gary Gilchrist. Gary, come on up. Good to have you here today.
Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for.
You didn't bring your posse with you today.
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I'm going alone today from Honor Flight, but yeah, they're thinking about me. They wish they were here. But with that, my congratulations to the winners for the 2 cars. I talked to Wendell earlier, and I got a little story to relate after I just tell you a little bit about our program. I'm one of the volunteers with Honor Flight of West Central Florida. Honor Flight is a national program. We're in 46 states, and we have about 130 hubs or chapters. And our mission is to identify veterans and transport them to Washington to see the memorials that are built in their honor. And the best part is they go absolutely free. There's no cost. Nationally, we've flown over 1 million veterans to Washington, D.C. Locally, we've flown in the Tampa Bay area 3,200 veterans. We have 4 flights scheduled this year. Our first one is on April 25th. So we're looking forward to getting our flights going this year. I had mentioned that I'd talked to Wendell earlier, and I happened to say that I was from Honor Flight, and he had taken his father, who was a World War II veteran, on a flight out of the Dakotas. I think it was North Dakota. So he has an extra special feeling for Honor Flight. So with that, thanks to Honor Flight for, or I should say, thanks to Dream Giveaway for their support of our program, and we look forward to further relationships with you. Thanks, Chris.
Let's give Honor Flight a big round of applause. Yeah, you going to bring all our veteran friends next time? Going to try to?
I will. I'll have to call and wake them up and tell them we need to be down there on time.
They're staying up late, huh?
Yes, and we'll leave it at that.
All right. It sounds good. I'll tell you what, remember there are 2 grand prize cars here. I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about the rarity of this 1969 Pontiac GTO. Of course, The Pontiac GTO, by many accounts, started the muscle car era way back in model year 1964. And by 1969, it was just such an amazing car and was kind of a ubiquitous out there on the streets. You'd see them everywhere. They were fantastic. The 1969 is the second generation, and for those of you who remember the era, it included the introduction of the GTO Judge. Well, the standard engine in the GTO Judge was a Ram Air 3 engine. Well, there were those folks who a little later in the 1969 model year wanted that same power of that GTO Judge without all of the flash, and we believe that's why this GTO convertible, one of 249 Ram Air 3 4-speed convertibles produced that year, very, very rare car. We believe that's why it was special ordered. So I know the winner is going to be so excited with this grand prize car. We'll be talking about the Mustang after we talk about the GTO and after we meet the winner of the GTO Dream Giveaway. He's already in the audience. I'm going to ask him to come up on stage. I'm going to ask our studio audience, get ready for a big round of applause for our Wendell from the great state of North Dakota. And thank you for your service, sir. Test. All right, thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, she's yours. All yours, the keys, the title.
That's hard to believe, but
Well,
I'll enjoy it.
great.
My goal is to have my wife drive it because she can drive a stick. So
Really? Well, that's great. Well, we're so fantastic. Maybe you guys can hold a little quarter-mile contest who can, kind of like arm wrestling, right?
those days might be over for me.
Fair enough. Well, Wendell, I've got to ask you a few questions here. First of all, you showed up here to the Dream Giveaway Garage this morning. We invited you on in. You saw all the amazing prizes that are here. What was your first reaction?
Well, I guess I first looked for this one, of course, and I saw it, but the other reaction was it's from. I was in college in '66 to '70, so a lot of these cars I can relate to, including this one. And some of the newer ones, not so much. But
Now, you told me back in the day, and like many college students, I mean, this was a premium car. This
Yeah.
might have been outside of a college student's.
yeah,
Yeah.
I knew a couple of college students that had GTOs,
Oh, good.
but not me.
So this won't be your first time in the seat of a GTO.
No, I've ridden in them with friends, but yeah.
Well,
This
good.
is a car I wish I had in college instead of the '61 Chevy and a '65 Plymouth.
All right. Well, let me ask you to recall when you got that winner's call. You made a donation to help out our 8 great charities there, and then that call came, and you guys were at. Tell the story. Where we reached you, your reaction, and then how long did it take for it to sink in that this was real, that you were going to take this car home, that it was going to be yours forever?
Yeah, it took a while. I guess when you said, did I write a check to New Beginnings Children's Home in October, that's when I started to believe it. So before that, I guess I didn't pay much attention to, you kind of called at a tough time, and so a lot of things going on, so.
Well, it all comes together here in
Yeah.
the award ceremony. We've got a couple things that we'd like to point out to you. The first is this big check. Whoops. Let me get this here. I'm going to hold this for you here. Remember, Dream Giveaway is the originator of We Pay the Taxes. We've been doing this all the way since 2008, and the reason is that we didn't want anybody to have to sell the car just to pay the federal prize tax. So everybody, Dream Giveaway, the originators of We Pay the Taxes, let's hear it. And a big shout out to Odyssey Battery for providing a brand new battery for your GTO. Your GTO will start the first time every time, thanks to the good folks at Odyssey Batteries. And you didn't know this, but we have another winner in our studio audience. All the way back in 2017, Mr. Tony Lanzalotti enter to win the Bandit Dream giveaway. That was a big promotion that involved Burt Reynolds at the time. And now Tony gives back. So at your first oil change is going to be courtesy of Lands Oil. Let's give Lands Oil and Tony Lanzalotti, our 2017 Bandit Dream giveaway winner, a big round of applause. Thank you so much for that, guys. I'll tell you what. The keys are, we're going to hand you the keys first, and usually we'd have you fire up the vehicle, but I'm going to have you hold them because it's your car. And then we're going to introduce the Mustang winner. We're going to ask Tony Lanzalotti to go ahead and fire up the Mustang, and we're going to ask you to fire up your GTO that you won by helping out charities in a dream giveaway. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead. Gary, come on up. This is where it becomes real. The dreams happen. We change lives, not only by helping the charities, but these great grand prizes. Gary, make them the winner, huh?
I misplaced the keys, Chris.
You misplaced the keys. Oh. you didn't lock them in the convertible, did you?
I'm not telling you where they are either. Congratulations, Wendell.
Yep,
I'm,
thank you.
I'm happy to present the keys to you. I'd like the people-
Fantastic. He's a winner. All right. So much. I'm going to ask you to walk that mic back on over to the stage here. And then I'll call you back on stage when we're ready for you to fire up the GTO. Well, not only is Wendell our very first winner from the great state of North Dakota, but we have our very first winner from the United Kingdom. I'm going to ask Paul if he's ready on that. Oh, I see him there on camera, and let's see if we can bring him up through the magic of modern technology. Oh, there we go. Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, Peter, you're looking good. You don't have the hard hat on like on rehearsal.
No, I was at work.
Great. Well, Peter,
Yeah.
you are our first winner from the amazing country of the Great Britain and the United Kingdom of this 1970 Boss 302 Mustang. I'm going to tell you and the audience just a little bit about it. This is what we call a survivor car. It has 59,000 original miles. It was special ordered by its original owner, and he kept it for over 50 years. In addition, he saved a plethora of paperwork and license plates and old keys to the car and broadcast sheets and Ford factory assembly documents. In fact, this Boss 302 car has more historical documents with it than any other vehicle we've ever given away in Dream Giveaway history. I'd like to have you tell the story of how you learned about Dream Giveaway, and I think it has something to do with the fact that you have a Mustang already and that you are a current customer of CJ Pony Parts. Am I correct in both of those statements?
Yeah, that's where I got all my parts from, CJ Pony. And,
Great. What
yeah.
year Mustang do you have?
72 Mustang, soft top.
So-
I'm doing it up at the moment.
Great. And a
right.
Boss 302 is legendary, of course, in 1969 and 1970. Do you have a big enough garage, or are you going to have to build a bigger space there in England for it?
Not really, no. I haven't got enough room for the one, but two. That'd be great. I'll have to get rid of one of them.
Well, great.
Won't be this one.
Now, you promised us when we called you that when you get the car there, and of course it's going to have to go on in a container on a boat all the way over to the UK. Once you get it there, you're going to take a picture in front of your favorite pub of you and the Mustang. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well,
Let's hear it for the Mustang Dream Giveaway Award winner, Peter L. of England, our first England
Thank you very
winner.
much.
Let's hear it for him. Great. All right, and once again, that first oil change is going to be courtesy of Lands Oil. Peter, with your permission, because it's your car now, I'm going to ask Tony to fire up the car here as we do as part of our award ceremony here and Dream Giveaway. Tony, you want to come on up to the Mustang and do this on behalf of Peter all the way over there in the UK? Okay, Peter, we have your permission?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Tony on over there. Wendell, come on back up. I'm going to have you sit in your GTO. Remember, everybody, you're always a winner when you help out great charities at dreamgiveaway.com. 2 grand prize winners. That means real people just like you can win. And you're always a winner when you help out great charities. That's what's most important. So get those entries to win. We've got everything from a 57 Chevy to a 2022 GT500 and a Hellcat and trucks and classic cars and everything in between. So find your favorite prize packages and get your entries to win at dreamgiveaway.com. Well, if you've been here before to one of our award ceremonies, you know what we do next. We are going to kind of inspire the 2 winners, and Tony on behalf of our UK winner, to go ahead and fire up those vehicles for the very first time. So we're going to help them out with that a little bit. Studio audience, are you ready? Join on in here. Gentlemen. All right, Tony, stay at idle. Wendell, GTO. Wow, that sounds good. Tony, let's hear the Mustang. That sounds good as well. All right, it takes a whole lot. Okay, guys. Tony, come on out. Wendell, come on out with that license plate, please. If you'd be so kind. Want to remind everybody, it takes a whole lot of great people here to put together these giveaways. I'm going to ask the entire Dream Giveaway team, as well as our studio audience, to come on up. And I'd also like to give special thanks to Don Keefe and Ann Haynes of Poncho Perfection Magazine, who are in our studio audience here today. And Don did a great cover story on the GTO for his magazine and has been an invaluable help in helping us on our Pontiac prizes. So big round of applause for Don and Ann of Poncho Perfection Magazine. Now, let's come on up and congratulate the winners. Come on up, everybody. All right. We'll see you next time. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes, and more great grand prize winners like Peter L. of the UK and Wendell from North Dakota. We'll see you next time in our favorite place and your favorite place on earth, the Dream Giveaway Garage, for dreamgiveaway.com. See you next time, everybody. Let's hear it.